What's up, cousins? It's your cousin Rebel, aka The Voice. All right, how y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing? I'm here. All right. So, this is what we're doing tonight. This is the vibe for tonight, right? I'm doing Ready to Love Season 7, Episode 9, okay? Now listen, I wasn't doing this show originally, but I've been watching. I watch every season of Ready to Love. I love this show. I always have stuff to say about it, but this season, to be honest, I was not going to watch this season because I was a little salty. It seemed like they changed the demographic, and I kind of wasn't feeling that at first, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna just watch anyway. And so I've been watching, and so I have, I just have some things to say, child. I see some red flags. I see some stuff. I just need to, we need to talk about it, okay? So that's what we're doing tonight. That's the vibe. It's your cousin Rebel, aka The Voice. This is the reality recap, and we're doing Ready to Love Season 7, Ep9. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go. So the task for tonight is, Tommy tells them the guys have to introduce their connections to their closest friends, right? So that, the friend can kind of give them a glance over and, maybe see stuff that they don't see. Because, when you're outside of a situation, it's easier for you to see stuff than when you're in it and you really like somebody. So, okay, so they're bringing their connections to meet their friends. So they start off with Andre. And Andre's connections are Jeffrey and Cynthia. So first, Cynthia shows up, right? And she says, something like this. She's like, what you see is what you get. I hope he knows, he can bet on me. Andre can bet on me. And, what you see is what you get. This is what she said in her sidebar. So let me tell you what I see. And this is based on what I've seen in the past, because I've been watching the show. I'm just picking up with this particular episode. I see a person who, I don't know, this ain't it. I'm gonna just say it. This ain't it. I'm not feeling the situation with her and Andre. I don't see how it could work because, in the last episode, if y'all remember, he came to meet her baby daddy, right? Her kid's father. And her kid's father was just like overstepping boundaries. He was talking to them like it was just too much. It was too much, and I felt it was disrespectful. And I feel like, who wants to deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to deal with, a baby mother, a baby father, whatever, that's intrusive. You know what I'm saying? If it's there, you have to work it out. But the way that he presented himself and the way he was questioning them, it was completely out of line. And so it seems like baggage. You know what I mean? So and then she just seems like she has a lot of stuff with her. She seems broken. I'm saying it's based on things, I've seen from her throughout this season. When she had that moment where she kind of broke and she talked about stuff, you could just tell. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. I'm just telling you what I see. I feel like she has a lot of stuff with her. She's been through a lot of stuff. She's been hurt a lot. I don't know. She just seems, and I think she said that. I can't remember if she said those words, but you could just tell she needs a lot of healing. She needs healing, and I think she's going to lean on her partner for a lot of that. And so I don't know if Anthony is the one. I don't think he's the one for her, because the baby father situation is already an issue. Seems like she should be with her baby father. That's what I was saying in the last episode. I was like, if he's so protective of you in this way, and you sitting back and you loving it, and y'all are so close and so cool, why don't y'all just get back together? Like, that's what it was given. It was given you and him need to just work it out and just mend y'all stuff and just keep that going. But anyway, so that's my take on Cynthia. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. So then Jeffrey shows up, y'all. She ain't playing no games. She shows up looking like a wife. Honey, baby showed up looking like wife material. You understand what I'm saying? Head to toe, she was looking like, first lady. You know what I'm saying? She ain't came to play no games. She came to make a huge impression on the friend. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't playing. Let's keep going. So the friend starts asking the questions, right? He's asking really good questions. Okay, I'm feeling the questions. So then he asks, like, what are you bringing to this relationship, right? What is Andre gonna get in this relationship with you? Cynthia's answer is, she's like, I bring love. I bring, what did she say, child? I don't even remember what she said, but what I remember that she said was, and I bring, I'm protective, right? Now, that's a red flag for me because, see, the protective, the word protective could mean a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? It could mean that, and yes, as a queen, it's your job to have your man's back, to do your part, stand beside him, behind him, however that goes. And, be his support, be all those things, right? I totally get that. But when you say protective, it could mean, that could be misconstrued to something negative too. And because I feel like, she's got issues and I feel like she's kind of broken. When she said protective, it was a red flag for me because I feel like it would be more of a possessive thing. I think the best friend mistook it and he kind of fell for it, not understanding that in her situation, saying protective could mean, yeah, you protecting your dude and you got his back. But it could also mean you're possessive and you're not going to want nobody around him. You don't want nobody looking at him. You don't want anybody who wants to, all of that. That ain't going to work. And, he has already said he's in the industry and I don't know what he does, but he's like some kind of model or something, I think. I'm not really sure. But his world entails him being around other women, other things, a lot of action. So for that reason too, I think that would be a problem for Cynthia. Because I feel like Cynthia got issues with possession. This is something I feel in my spirit as a woman just watching this. So let's keep going, y'all, because the friend done fell out, but he done missed the whole damn point, in my opinion. Let's keep going though. So then the friend is asking Jeffrey, the same questions. What is she bringing? She speaks more from a spiritual level, right? So it's a complete contrast to Cynthia's energy, Cynthia's spirit, everything. Jeffrey has this meekness about her, and it's, she's given like, passive meekness and all that stuff, and what's his name, Anthony said it. I mean, not Anthony, what's his name, Andre said it. But what it is that it's just funny because she's speaking on everything she says is spiritually driven. She's like, we connect on a spiritual level, It's not just the outside, it's the inside stuff, and it's the spiritual this and spiritual that. So it's a whole different energy than what Cynthia is giving. So let's keep going though. So then the friend is asking Cynthia, he's asking both of them about their other connections, right? And then Cynthia's talking about, she's got other connections, and she's like, I just feel like both, Andre and my other connection, they are strong foundations that that I need to feel like, I can have help with what I do, and I'm not doing this by myself or something like that, right? But to me, that's just code word for, y'all, whoever's stepping in, y'all gonna take care of my whole entire situation. And that's fine, because a man is supposed to be a provider, as long as these dudes understand that. I hope this is not going over nobody's head. She just seems like she is just tired and drained, and the dude is gonna have to come in and just rescue the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Rescue her emotionally, rescue just everything. You know what I mean? Hold it down. Like, just, it's a lot. And not that she doesn't deserve that, but I'm just saying being with her is going to require a lot. I'm talking about Cynthia, in my opinion. This is what I see from just watching all the episodes and stuff. I think Andre's a nice guy, but I don't think he has the energy I think she'll be like very needy, and he's out and about and doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I just feel like her needs would be too much for him. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my take on it. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going. All right. I hope y'all are, Lord. Okay, pay attention, y'all. Just pay attention. So now they talking to Jeffrey, right? They ask the same question, what's up with your connections or whatever? And Jeffrey says, well, I just, I've been dating different types of guys or a certain type of guy, and it just never works out. So instead of going after that, I'm just trying something different. So in other words, Andre is not really her type, right? But she's just trying the nice guy, I guess, because her other connection, and I'm gonna talk about that, when later on, because I'm sure he's gonna invite her back to meet his friends. Her other connection, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work because that dude is just, that's her type physically. I'm sure she's, the attraction is there physically. That dude is not ready to be nobody's stepdad or nothing, child. Y'all are a good look, but he don't want that. Andre is safer for this girl, Jeffrey, because he dates women with children, and obviously his friend said he's very family oriented, so he likes kids and all that stuff. And listen, that is her best bet. The other dude, she better not. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. But let's keep going. So y'all, no. No, so then the friend has the final word. He's asking his friend, Andre's asking his friend, okay, so what do you think? Which one would you pick for me? The friend is pushing him towards Cynthia. Bruh, you're wrong. I cannot disagree more with you. No. Your friend would be calling you, child, no, it's not her. It's not her. It is, in this situation, if we had to pick, in this situation, I would say, Jeffrey is the one. And Andre knows it, because Andre was like, something about the way Cynthia was answering the questions, it's just, he's feeling otherwise. But the friend is pushing him towards Cynthia. And again, I could not disagree more. But okay, so let's keep going. Let's see who's next. Let's go. Okay, so now we move on to Mark Anthony. So Mark Anthony is the dude who, his two connections are Mercedes and Jeffrey, right? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's my take on this real quick. If I was the best friend, this is what I would say. I would say, listen, for Jeffrey, it's not so much for his side, it's more so for her. Jeffrey, run. No offense to Mark Anthony, but he is not ready to be no daddy, child. Y'all are a good look. Y'all look great together. Very handsome couple, beautiful couple, all of that. But I think when it gets down to it, and the seriousness of the family situation and the family dynamic, I don't think he's ready for all of that. That's just from me watching all of the this season. He ain't ready to be nobody daddy, child. He ain't trying to be no daddy. So he's not the one. I know he looked good to you, but girl, go otherwise. Do otherwise. Go look in Andre's direction, because that's a better situation for you. Don't do that looks thing. You gonna be left. Don't do it, child. Just don't do it. And then for Mercedes, beautiful girl. For Mark Anthony, I'm gonna say no for her, because she's dope, she's fun, she's beautiful, but I don't think he's hood enough for her. I think, I just got a feeling about her that she like hood dudes, and she like hood qualities. Mark Anthony he ain't what I'm saying? He don't give that. He gives that cool, I don't know, Derwin from The Game type of vibe to me. If y'all watch The Game or remember The Game, that's the vibe that he gives to me. He ain't no thug, boo. And I feel like she she like that thug stuff, so that's my take. I would say to him, knowing what I know, watching these episodes, knowing what I know, I would tell him no to either one of them, because as his friend, I would say, bruh, They're both beautiful girls. Jeffree is beautiful, sweet, definitely, wife material. They're both wife material, but I would say Jeffree has a child and you ain't ready for all of that. Believe that. And I would say to him, knowing what I know, watching the season, I would say she want a thug. You know what I'm saying? She out here looking for Tupac and your Will Smith, that's what it's giving. So red flag. I would tell Mark Anthony, you ain't gonna walk out of here with nothing, sir. This ain't gonna be the show for you. You ain't gonna find love here. This ain't it. Moving on, y'all. Moving on. Let's move on. Okay, now, so look, the friend is asking, what do they see, what do they like about, Mark Anthony? And I didn't even have to say it because homegirl Jeffree done said it already. She said, I have trepidation about dating him because I know he doesn't usually date women with children, and that kind of scares me. And the last dude I was with didn't have he didn't have kids either, and that didn't work out, and he hurt me bad. This is what Jeffree is saying. So my thing is, sis, you already see it. You already know he's not ready for that. Like, you already feel it. You already talking about it in your gut. You can tell, yeah, it looks great, but this ain't gonna work. This ain't it. And you should know from the last situation, like, this ain't it. He ain't ready. Your intuition is kicking in. You're saying exactly what I'm saying. So let's keep going. Hold on, before I go, Jeffree says she's not gonna stand up in front of Mark Anthony and say, oh, you're my number one guy. Girl, you better not. You better not. You will be on that island alone, child. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's keep going. So then Mark Anthony gives the friend the last word, and the friend is kind of like pushing him towards Mercedes because he said he likes the whole homie vibe. And I mean, if we had to pick between these two, and Mark Anthony was my cousin, I would say if we had to pick I would say definitely it would be Mercedes, but again, if I knew what I knew from watching the show, I would say, however, just be careful because, I think she liked the homies. So that would be my thing to him if that was my cousin. So yeah, I agree. And the friend raised the same red flags about him being ready to deal with kids. And even though he claims, yeah, if I evaluate her and I feel like, she's what I need, then yeah, I think I might be able to take that on. You're not. I don't believe that. I think that's just talk. But okay, let's keep going though. Let's keep going. Who's next? Let's see. All right, no. Yeah, no. We get to Morgan. We get to Lyndon. And Lyndon is bringing Morgan to meet his best friend. Now, for this whole segment, when this girl Morgan, when this lady shows up, I'ma just say, my whole thing for all of this is no. Why, Lyndon? Why did you even agree to bring this girl to meet your friend when you know good and well, and you said it yourself, this chick done put nair in somebody's hair while they were asleep because she was mad at them. And this is somebody who she said she didn't even want to be with. It was somebody she was just like messing with, like just kicking it with. And she got mad because he was still wanting to see other people or something like that, and he went to sleep. This she put nair in his hair, bruh, and you still bringing her to meet your friends? No, run. Run. Why would you want to be with somebody who, if you went to sleep, you can't even trust getting rest around them? Because if you made them mad, you still bringing her no. What is wrong with y'all? Lyndon, bye, bruh. And then, just for the sake of being here, he's sitting up here worried about her 5-year plan, her 2-year plan versus his 5-year plan. That's the least of your concerns, bruh. That is the least of your concerns. The fact that she want to get married in 2 years and you want to get married in 5, yes, that's a problem. That's a red flag. That's already an issue. It's not going to work because somebody going to be forced to not do something or to do something. So that ain't going to work. But again, that is the least of your problems. The real issue is she put nair in somebody's hair. Lord help me, Jesus. Let's keep going. I cannot with her. If Lyndon was my cousin, I would say, bruh, run. Run very fast, very fast. And if Morgan was my cousin, I would tell Morgan, you ain't got no business out here in a dating scene, child. If you burning out people hair that you don't even give a damn about, you need help, sis. You need some counseling. That's what I would tell Morgan if she was my cousin. You ain't got no business meeting with nobody. Girl, go home. Let's keep going. So the friend asked this girl, he asked Morgan about the Nair situation, child, and she says, she came up with this this is her. I came up with this grand idea. She thought it was a grand idea because she wanted to do something because she was done with the relationship and she wanted to do something big to make a big grand exit. So her plan to make a big grand exit was to Nair and burn this dude's hair right up out of his head. And then she smiles Jesus and says she looked it up to make sure she couldn't go to jail. Child, run. Y'all should have ended that shit right there. Get up, get the check. Check, please. Matter of fact, just throw some money on the table and keep going. Run fast. She ain't it, child. She need help. She need counseling. If he was my cousin, I would say, Lyndon, you cannot be serious. Run, bruh. Run very fast. Very fast. Just run, child. Just run. So now they give the friend the last word, child, and he says, listen, that whole Nair thing is scary, it's weird, the shit ain't right. He's not feeling it, it's a red flag. And then Lyndon asked him, well, what size is the red flag? Is it small, is it big? Lyndon, that was a dumbass question to begin with, because child, it don't matter what size the damn flag is. If somebody's done burnt somebody hair out their head with Nair while they was asleep, listen, the size of that flag, the friend says it's the size of a football field. I say it's the size of this whole world. The flag there's nothing big enough for the size of this flag for somebody who will put Nair in somebody's hair when they sleep because they're mad. Like, that is the craziest shit ever. This girl she's a nut. She's a nut. Sorry to say it. She says she's a good woman. I'm not saying she's not a good woman. I'm not saying she's very beautiful. She's a gorgeous woman. Could be a good woman. And I did actually like her because she put the dude Blake in his place. She put him in his place, and I was definitely feeling her a couple of episodes back. But after she told that story about the Nair thing, no ma'am, I'm out. How they say on what is it? How they say on Shark Tank? I'm out. I am out. I would tell my cousin, we out, you out. I don't care what you think. Pack up let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. So now we move on to Blake. Listen, I don't know how Blake has lasted all these damn episodes. He should have been off this damn show. He should have been off this show. This dude ain't ready to love. This dude ain't ready for nothing. He don't like nobody here. He's only here. He don't like nobody here. Okay, let's just keep it 1,000. I think the person he really thought he could put his hooks in, that went to the left, and it was that girl, the girl that's kind of, that I think got issues, Morgan, and she put him in his place. But every week he's like in a bottom and he keeps surviving. I just don't get it. This dude ain't feeling nobody here, and so he's here having Suanne meet with his best friend. Why? This is gonna be quick, y'all, because this is everything about this thing is no. Suanne, no, run the other way. He don't like you. This girl, she's an attorney, so you would think she would be more keen and have more insight and more intuition towards liars or fakeness, or you know what I'm saying. Like, she just can't even see it. It's crazy to me that an attorney would be so blind to what's really the truth that's right in her face. I don't understand it. But no, this is a no for me. If she was my cousin, I would say no. Run from that motherfucker. Run from him. Absolutely not. Abso-damn-lutely not. Just, this ain't it. He ain't it. He ain't real. He ain't feeling you. He's here for TV. That's my take on this whole thing. Just no, absolutely not. Either way, just no. I don't even know how this dude Blake is even on this damn show. But let's keep going. I'm gonna wrap their thing up real quick because this whole thing is just fake to me, and it's just like, to watch it is just ridiculous. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going. We go to Tony, and so his two connections are Morgan and Marcy. Yes, Morgan, the girl that got the one that I think is crazy, for lack of a better, just I don't know. I'm talking just from a woman's standpoint, child. I'm just watching her. I can't see her. I don't like it. I don't like that Nair shit. That Nair thing is bananas to me. I know that was your connection, but Tony was there when she told that Nair story, and that he's still up here talking about, yeah, I brought Morgan to meet my friend. Why you bring her? Why you bring her? If Tony was my cousin, I would have said, if I knew what I knew, I'd have said, what you bring her here for? You gonna bring a girl who done I'm sorry to keep saying it, but it's the reality is, somebody who would put Nair in somebody's hair, who cares about their hair, like, that is bananas to me. That is just not sane. Like, Morgan is not right upstairs. She's a great, fine woman, but she ain't right upstairs. That girl needs some healing. In my opinion, she needs some healing. Why she's about to meet Tony's friend Antron is beyond me. I would have said nope. I would have told the producers, nope. She ain't meeting nobody in my damn family. I don't want, just forget I even said that. Let me just go to homegirl. My thing about his connection with Marcy is I don't see it. I just feel like she too down to earth for him. I see where, he has a down to earth situation, but I just don't think that she's really his type, to be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, for fun, but the type of woman that I think Tony thinks in his mind that he wants to settle down with and be with or whatever, I don't think it's Marcy. I'm sorry, and I like her. I feel like she's a dope girl, but I don't think there's nobody on this set who's real enough to be with her. Like, if she was on last season of Ready to Love, I think Mike would have been all over this girl, because Mike likes, down to earth girls, and she's a down to earth chick. You know what I mean? She's down, very much down to earth. She too real. She too, like, I don't want to say hood, but I just think she's too real for the dudes that are left here. So it's just gonna be interesting to see. But let's keep going. Again, not sure why Tony brought Morgan's crazy ass here, but let's keep going. And see, Morgan done already started. She done walked up in the situation talking about, she's there to see Tony. She doesn't like the fact that Marcy is there, and the fact that another woman is here around her man. And it's unsettling. And she uses the word territorial, right? That's a red flag. Like, territorial, that is code word for possessive. Tony, if you was my cousin, I would say, bruh, run very fast. And your boy Antron better tell you that at the end of this damn segment, or else I'm gonna lose respect for all of him. All right, let's keep going, child. First of all, I'm not going back to, but they were flip-flopping between Blake and, the attorney girl and Tony with his two connections, Marcia and Morgan. I'm not even going back to Blake and homegirl, because it's a complete waste of time. He don't want to be with that girl. It's painful to watch, because she really is sitting there like, really believing that this dude really want to be with her. Anyway, I'm going to just keep going past that. But Tony and his friend. Now the girls leave and they're talking about them. The friend he said he's impressed by both of them, which I'm like, bruh, if you knew about that Nair story, I don't think you would be impressed. Now, I don't know why they didn't bring it up, and I don't know why Tony didn't bring it up. I don't know why that was not a subject for the discussion of the night, because that is a major thing that your friend needs to know about somebody that you are considering dating, because they would tell you you're bugging. Run. They would tell you run very fast. Okay. So the friend is like, Marcia had good answers, but Morgan was more direct, right? Yeah, she was more direct, but see, that's the thing. Like, they would make a nice couple visually. I get it, and I think he likes the directness of it, but he ain't gonna like that directness when she's like, you ain't going nowhere. When he says he want to go have some drinks with Antron, and she's like, you ain't going, or I'm going, or all this, he ain't gonna like all of that. And the fact that he would even bring her to meet his friend, knowing that she done put nair in somebody's hair, like, no, bruh, she ain't the one. I don't care how direct she is, or how much of a boss she is, or how beautiful she is. No, if Tony was my cousin, I would say no. Don't even look her way. The girl Marcia, if we have to pick between these two, you gotta go with home. You gotta go with Marcia, bruh. You can't. We cannot do Morgan. We ain't doing the crazy stuff. We ain't doing all of that. That's where you headed. I don't understand why he don't see the red damn flag, unless he just like crazy chicks. Like, but anyway, let's keep going. Y'all, okay, so then we move to Anthony. I'm gonna wrap this part up real quick, because this ain't looking good for Anthony at all. First of all, his connections are Cynthia, Mercedes, and Sue Ann, the attorney. Anthony, listen, he's a nice guy, but he's so laid back. He's so chill. That's why the situation with Cynthia, it just ain't gonna work. Because I feel like Cynthia she needs a lot, in her head. I think she's looking for that big, strong, that fantasy thing. She wants some, I think she's looking for, like, a manly man, like an aggressive type of dude to take over and hold her down and hug her and, all of that. I think Anthony has the sensitive side that she needs in terms of the emotional stuff, because I think she needs a lot of emotional care, right? It's just my opinion. But I don't think he's going to be forceful enough for her. And I think that's going to be a problem for her. And I think her baby father is going to be a problem for them, ultimately, because I don't think he's going to respect Anthony, and I think he's going to be trying to push all kind of boundaries and stuff. So no, that's not a good match. I don't think, if Anthony was my cousin, and I knew what I knew about watching, what I knew about these women, I would say no, Cynthia, it ain't gonna work, boo. Y'all, no, that ain't it. And then for Mercedes, I would throw the red flag for her too, because she just said, he's got a kid. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Now, if she's questioning that, then to me, she's a beautiful girl. She has options. That means she could probably find somebody who doesn't have kids. So, if that's already an issue for her, and then she's going into the situation, and again, Anthony is, he's kind, he's laid back, he's chill and all that stuff. And I think, again, I feel like she liked the homies. There's nothing wrong with that. I love the homies, all that. But I feel like, I don't think he would be, the type of dude that she would want to like be with, at the end of the day. So I would tell, if Anthony was my cousin, I would tell him, no, her trepidation about the kid thing is already a red flag. She don't want to deal with that, and that's fine. That's her prerogative. She shouldn't have to, just keep looking is what I would tell Anthony if he was my cousin. And then with Sue Ann, the attorney, no, because she just said he's laid back. She's not really sure about his feelings about her, because he's not communicative about it enough for her, and she wants like somebody to be forceful and all of that. She looking for an alpha type dude. This dude is not an alpha type male at all. So if that's what Sue Ann wants, then this ain't gonna work. So I would tell Anthony, if Anthony was my cousin, I would say, Sue Ann, it ain't gonna work with her either, boo. Sorry. But out of these three choices, if I had to pick one of these three, I would say try Sue Ann, but you would have to step up. It would be a lot of her calling you, saying you ain't man. It would turn into that. I can see it already, because I think she like, kind of quote unquote bad boys too, to be honest, at the end of the day. So this ain't looking good for you, Anthony. I don't know, child. If you was my cousin, I'd be like, none of these are really gonna work out for you. So, but let's keep going. So Anthony's friend pushes him towards Cynthia, and I cannot disagree with her more. I cannot disagree with her more. I think he's a nice dude emotionally, I think, but I think I don't think he would be strong enough for her. At the end of the day, I think she would, I would tell him no. I'm sorry. Couldn't disagree with you more, boo. Sorry, let's keep going. Okay, so this is the last segment. Let's go ahead and wrap this whole thing up. I am so not surprised. So anyway, the guys come together. They come to the conclusion that Suanne and Marcia should be in the final two, and that Marcia, at the end of the day, Marcia is not ready to love, right? I mean, no surprise there. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Like I said, I don't think there's anybody on the cast for her flavor. You know what I'm saying? I think she's too real. I love her. I think she's beautiful. She's funny and stuff. But I think she's too real for the dudes on this cast. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. That's the end of this episode, Cuzns. So let's get in the comments and, let's talk about this thing. Listen, what did y'all think of this episode? I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I love Ready to Love. I'm sorry. I just love me some Ready to Love. I have tons of things to say about the stuff that be going on this show. But am I the only one who thinks Blake should be gone? Like, why is he still here? Why is the Nair girl still here? Why was she not in the bottom? I mean, what is happening? All right, y'all, make sure you hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the videos. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my updates. You want to get all this work. You know what I'm saying? All this work. Understand? You dig? All right, Cuzns. It's your cousin Rebel, aka The Voice. This is the reality recap, and I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back.